Okay, first things first, an apology to those people who have been lured into this broadcast on the basis that they thought I was going to have a rant against Nick Clegg's announcement that we're going to let in a couple of hundred refugees from Syria. No. The only thing I'd rant about is the 200. Why are we only letting in 200 refugees from this dreadful, dreadful circumstance that they find themselves in? Let me give you some statistics. There are nearly 7 million people who are in need of humanitarian assistance out in Syria. 7 million, and we're allowing in a couple of hundred. Whoopity-doo-dah. There are over 4 million who have been internally displaced. They started in one part of the country and now they're having to live lives in the other part of the country. Does it matter whether you're 10 miles away or 1,000 miles away or 500 miles away? Of course it matters. You don't go to the same school, you don't work in the same place, you don't have the same friends, the same family. Of course it matters. Those people count. And there are over 2 million people who are registered for refugee status. And let me tell you where they're going to, those 2 million people. We've got like 200, I think we've announced, whoopity-doo-dah. But the rest of them, well, they're going to such calm, well-balanced places as Jordan, Lebanon, Turkey, Egypt and North Africa. And we, this highly developed nation, are taking 200. I have been hanging my head in shame at the fact that we have been sat back on our sofas in our nice houses living our nice lives while people out in Syria have been ducking for shelter, where children don't know if they're going to wake up and find their family still there in the morning. Schools have been wiped out. Education has gone down. Their education at the moment in some cases, and it might not be right, but the reality is, the education of some children right now is how to disassemble, clean and reassemble a machine gun. And some of those people are absolutely on the side that's causing the problems. Some of them are kids who just are in the wrong place at the wrong time. And 50%, as I've said, of the people who need refugee status, who are refugees, are children. So how long do you want to find them guilty for? Do you want to set up your court slightly right of Genghis Khan again and assess whether or not they should be allowed to breathe, live and sleep in calmness and peace and quiet? Well, I don't. I am really pleased, really proud that we have finally said we're going to let some humanitarian refugees come in. But in my opinion, most, if not all, refugees are humanitarian. We must help another human being. We just must. Because you have to imagine, what if, I mean, the worst that happens to us over here is that Nick Clegg and David Cameron can't agree on something. Ooh, and it has to go through the House twice, or it gets knocked off into the long grass. That's the worst that happens to us. Our taxes go up. Our buses don't run as often as we would like them to be. Or we watch programmes like Benefit Street. Now those people, I consider them an absolute offence. I think that we should not be funding the lifestyles of people who are too lazy to get off their ass and work. Absolutely right. But to save people who are in fear of their lives, we must be a people who care about them. We must. Or what else is it? What are we looking after? What is it that we're feeling so protective about? What are the people that we have become, that we care so little for another human being, that we would stand by and watch while evil is done to them, whoever it is that's doing it, and we would not reach out a hand and help somebody when we can? If somebody tripped and fell in the street in front of you, would you not help them? About 2 weeks ago, I did trip over and I fell quite badly in Debenhams, and the amount of people who reached out to help me was quite incredible. That's all we're doing. Nothing more, nothing less. We can do it.